Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. It is 1935 now. We've already had our first battles with the US Navy. One huge success up here with this task force consisting of our latest battleships, Balboa, Dino, San Andrea, 4 of the Bastardo class battlecruisers, 3 Farnese class heavy cruisers, and a bunch of DDs, and they absolutely demolished a huge American task force. There's one task force here that luckily we were able to kill that other American task force before they joined up, or maybe they just didn't join up because that would have been too many crew members. Maybe that was it. Maybe the other task force was just maxed out. I don't know. I know the task force sizes have been increased in the Dreadnought Improvement Project. So, maybe. We also had these 2 battlecruisers engaging a rather large American task force that is hiding here, consisting of 1 huge battleship armed with 17-inch guns, 3 battlecruisers, heavy cruisers, lights, and lots of DDs. Now, I wanted these to just do some damage and get out, but sadly the weather was not on my side, so we didn't get to do that much damage. But they both survived. I'm just gonna send them home. We also have a battlecruiser, 11 heavies, 11 lights, and 3 DDs here. It's time for the Donzellas to spring into action and engage these. Now, I did, the Americans asked for peace. I said yes. Not sure if we're gonna get peace though. How much do they have? This huge task force here with the battleships and battlecruisers can go down and engage these. But first off, we have an ambush battle here. 2 my DDs, Pontieri and Iroquito class. Neither of them with a lot of torpedoes. They're mostly gunfighters. Accompanied by 3 Australian DDs. Not ones that I have sold them. These must be older. I think sold to them by France. They don't seem to be too bad, but I don't know. If they're from before I allied with Australia, excuse me, they gotta be quite old. And we're facing a heavy cruiser, a light, and an Indonesian American DD. So let's see how it goes. The Australian DDs, I do consider them I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna throw them away for nothing, but they are kind of expendable. Let's see, which are mine? Nibbio and Giuseppe. Now, Trombe, you can join in with the other Australian DDs. What kind of torpedo range do you have? 7 kilometers. Stealthy torpedoes, though. And my 2 DDs, I guess they're just gonna do gun stuff with their guns. Giuseppe only has Mark IV guns, so she's not had a refit for a while. Nibbio, who has Mark IV guns? No, Giuseppe has Mark Vs. I got the Australian DDs closer, and oh, there we go. Giuseppe scoring some hits on the DD. That's excellent. Let's kill it first. So, the DD we can kill with guns. The light cruiser I'm thinking we can also kill with guns. Speed up. The heavy cruiser we're gonna need to hit with torpedoes if we're gonna have much of a chance. Trump, you are... or it's Australian now, so it's probably Tromby. Tromby has, well, I think she's gonna die. Let's just make sure this is the heavy cruiser, right? Yeah, 10-inch guns. Just gonna go. You don't have the torpedo range, do you? And these torpedoes are very, very slow. 26.8 knots. They're slower than the DDs launching them. There we go. Nibio. You might wanna detach from this and probably get your torpedoes in the water before it's too late. But Spokane goes down. See if we can get some torpedo hits on that American heavy cruiser, which seems to be outrunning the French DDs. If it would be so kind as to run into those torpedoes, which it did, that is nice. Okay, you're also Botafoe or something. And the Annamite. That sounds more Australian. Give the Americans a taste of the Annamite sandwich. But I think Giuseppe Missouri will try to run away. Her engines got taken out. Okay, Annamite. You're gonna have to distract the Salem. Oh no. You cannot distract anyone because you're dead. And I think Giuseppe will be dead soon too. She can't really run away with her engines out and flooding. Yeah, we're going at 3 knots. Yeah, no, you cannot outrun her now. Smoke. Still has 5 minutes left on the cooldown. You did get a torpedo hit in before you sank, so that's something. Nibio should still be fast enough to outrun the Salem. So, that's 4 DDs lost, but only one of them was mine, so I'm not too unhappy with that. Might have been one of those engagements better off not taken. But that would be boring, wouldn't it? Let's see, the damaged Nibio. I shouldn't have launched those torpedoes at the light cruiser. Should have saved them for the heavy. Because we killed the light cruiser with guns anyway. Let's just run away. We are being spotted, but pretty sure we're out of range and slipping away. There we go. End battle. That does count as a victory. Yeah, Spokane, quite an expensive boat. Herndon was also quite expensive. But the grand prize, no, we did not sink it. So that's the second time I've had Allied ships come help me out. And the second time I've lost the Allied ships that came to help me out. Got 3 months left of the invasion of Cyprus, and then we're going to offer the British peace too. And that should be quite the peace treaty. Because I've got 800,000 victory points. All right. Let's see if the Americans still want to fight. The war continues, and that's actually a good thing. I was kind of regretting offering them peace because fighting is more fun after all. And they replaced their admiral. Understandable. Here we go. That's one of the engagements I wanted. We're gonna see if we can sink the New Mexico now. And the 3 battlecruisers and all the other ships. Possibly. Probably a little bit low on ammo because this task force fought a battle in the last turn. They didn't run out completely though, but they I don't think they're fully stocked. All right, already firing. Let's get the stuff organized. It's quite a lot of stuff to organize, isn't it? You are not like the others. I think you're gonna go home. No, you're just gonna do donuts here until I need you. All 4 DDs in one formation, sadly kind of on opposite sides of the existing formation. Actually no, we can make this work. We can do them in 2 divisions to begin with. Like so, I guess. Archimedes is kind of on her own. I'm just gonna slow her down and then add her to the battlecruiser division after they've passed her. Just to make things a little bit easier, so she doesn't start the whole zigzagging thing. I think that's the play. Again, really wishing we could pre-deploy our ships the way we see fit. That's the range to the enemy formation. We're almost in torpedo range. Gonna try for some cross-torp action here. That should be the battleship. Now, where are the battlecruisers? Not quite in range of these yet. No, that's the... It's the wrong DD I set to do the formation thing. Borea. You're gonna detach. You were the one who were supposed to do donuts in the back here. The UI lagged a little bit when I was checking which DD was which. Typical. Well, this DD does have torpedo range. Is that a battlecruiser? Is that a battlecruiser? That is a battlecruiser. Right? Yeah. Let's get those torps in the water. Actually, just gonna go straight back. And I forgot about you because I got distracted by my DDs. Hope I don't gonna lose my battlecruiser now because that. Seem to be occupied with my DDs. Three dud torpedo hits. Perfect. Okay, you got a cruising speed of about that. 24 knots. Battlecruisers, you're gonna match that. 24 knots. Heavy cruisers, you're also gonna match that. 24 knots. In Pavidio, just go home. So we've gotten some more torpedo hits, at least. So the whole DD thing was not a huge waste of time. Ship is this? A light cruiser or DD? Anyway, we can still do another torpedo run later on the DD's rearm. These are retreating into safety. Unharmed. One of the DDs took some damage, but actually, no. I was about to say she's gonna live, but no, she's not gonna live. Tonio Chinotto, though. I was supposed to join in that torpedo attack, but didn't because I misidentified her. At least join in the next one. Battlecruisers, battleships, I mean. Do you want to focus down the New Mexico, maybe? With secondaries on Manchester. Pensacola has launched torpedoes at something. I'm not sure what. How slow are these torpedoes? Pensacola. 31 knot, minus 65, 24 inch. Well, the torpedoes could be anywhere. I don't really have anything with good torpedo spotting nearby. Could also have been launched at my my DDs. It's a possibility. Mexico taking some hits. Have my battlecruisers speed up. My heavy cruisers speed up. My battlecruisers slow down. Battlecruisers, you're gonna need to blunt this charge. Oh, the cruisers. fact, they're about ready for another go. New Mexico doesn't have that much armor. I was hoping she would be sinking by now. She might still. They're still firing at the DDs. Okay. Can we knock out the New Mexico soon, guys? Oh, we're all out of HE. We're probably just overpenning that battleship, or maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Flash fires on New Mexico. So, battleships, we're gonna switch targets now. We're gonna take on the battlecruisers. Now that the battleship is no longer a huge threat. Other than the loss of a DD. Speaking of DDs, these guys are ready to have some fun. I'm just gonna aim for like something in the middle. I guess. Like so. That should give me a pretty good spread of torpedoes. All of you, guns off. Just gonna get yourself spotted. Now, all of you, detach and run away on your own. This spread, not sure if it's gonna hit something. These probably will hit something. I was about to say, oh, too bad the Pennsylvania didn't eat one, but she ate some something. Some 15-inch shells. That works. Maybe these are not looking that bad after all. There we go, flash fires on Vermont, which also eats 3 torpedoes. Alaska eats a torpedo, Minneapolis. It's a couple more before it sinks. I think that was quite a successful destroyer attack. Okay, cruisers. Alaska goes down. Go up to your max cruising speed of 27 knots. And here comes the weather again. This is just like the last time. That's a good shot of, that's one of the battlecruisers. And there we go. Battleship secondaries are slaughtering this DD. Battleship secondaries. We can take the McCormick now. New Mexico is actually still afloat. Tougher ship than expected. Bennion, next secondary target. Heavy cruiser Pennsylvania sinks. And most of my ships are just firing at will now. The cruisers hunting down straggling DDs. You don't have to worry about that later. Constellation, Vermont. Where's the last battlecruiser? Oh, it's sinking already. I guess you can take New Mexico. Now, battlecruisers, you're gonna focus on the light cruisers. This one heavy cruiser. With the battleship secondaries, what kind of range do you have? You have decent range. Just target whichever DD is closest. .6 kilometer torpedoes. 9.6. They're not quite close enough to be in danger. Especially not as these appear to be sinking very soon. There we go. One down. Next. Next is down. I'm gonna go after the West Virginia. I know I have a battlecruiser firing at her already, but she's very far away. Another case of me wishing I had brought more high explosive ammo. So many of these ships are just not well armored. West Virginia, you have 7 inches main belt armor. I think we can take you with the 9-inch guns, even if we might have to get a little bit close. More flooding on New Mexico, that might be the end of her. Smoke up while retreating. West Virginia sinks. You can bring in these heavy cruisers, start going after lights and DDs, which is pretty much all they can do now because their main ammo is almost dry. At least on Pola. Pola doesn't have many main gun rounds left. No one does. Yeah, I'm not sure if it made a difference, the light cruiser we sunk with the battlecruisers last episode. But we can pretend it did. Well, it kind of gave me some information about their ships. I would be a lot more worried going into this if I knew that these battlecruisers and the battleship had actual meaningful armor. Oh yeah, the battleship still afloat, but her guns have exploded. So the little battlecruiser raid did give me some information. Set the main guns on the heavy cruisers to go after the Pensacola, while the secondaries shower the DDs with compliments. These cruisers are just killing machines when it comes to lightly armored ships. Main guns on Princeton, secondaries on Richard B. Anderson. Let's see, battleships are kind of falling behind. Kind of are. But also you have the range. Oh, weather improved. Thank you, that makes things much more pleasant to look at. Why are my battlecruisers firing at ADD? a good question. Main guns on Oakland, secondaries on Tillman then. Flash fires on Constellation. Yeah, she took a 15-inch hit to the main gun. Caused a flash fire. My cruisers keep wanting to fire their secondaries at the battleship instead of the DD. They're in need of a little bit of micromanagement. Panic mode. Yeah, that was my bad. Should have split her from the formation. So just the light cruiser Oakland left for now. See how long she's gonna last. She didn't take that much damage from it though. Let's just watch. We're hitting a lot of water. You can see the horizon erupting in muzzle flashes. Oakland realizing that no, her smoke screen does not completely hide her from radar. That 15-inch hits over pens, yeah, because I only have AP left. And she doesn't have a lot of meaningful armor. So my ammo choice kind of working against me here. Do you have any main gun rounds left for knees? No, none of you have any main gun rounds left. And we're just gonna have to poke holes in her from overpens. Well, the 15-inch hole is still gonna let some water in. Like that. That was a main belt pen, not an over pen actually. Probably because of the angle. It actually worked in my favor. That's 100,000 victory points. Thereabouts. Impavido took 629,000 damage. I think that's most of the damage that the Americans did in this battle. She dealt 76,000. Who was it that did all of that damage? Yeah, 17's from New Mexico. That damage number looks impressive until you realize that, oh, you just damaged one DD. And that's it. Did the 17s do any damage to anything else? Not really. The 15s did a lot. to New Mexico. Constellation took a torpedo hit. Didn't do a lot of damage. Alaska took a torpedo hit. Did not do a lot of damage. Vermont took 3 torpedo hits, which together did a little bit of damage. That's the damage reduction from anti-torp. Most of the US Navy did nothing. Oh well. That's kind of what you get when you're bringing Ringgold class DDs. Top speed 37 knots. Okay. I was about to say that all your DDs sucked, but this looks decent. It almost looks like a human design. But most of the DDs were like this. 24.6 knots. And like 37 knot top speed. Like the, was it? The one I just looked at. It had decent top speed. This one. If it's in the division with one that tops out at 24 knots, then your 37 knots won't help you at all. But still, it looks like a decent ship. So, especially considering the messed up early formation, I'm very happy with that battle. And here we go. Hawaii, another Georgia class battlecruiser, accompanied by quite a few heavy and light cruisers. We're gonna do this now, or save this for the next episode. I think we're gonna save it. The battle we just fought took quite a long time, and this will probably take some time too. And yeah, we're at around about the 50-minute mark, which is a decent video length, I think. I do try not to make 1.5 hour long videos, although it does happen sometimes. So we're saving this for next time. Goodbye, and take care.